Hello, and welcome to the Dream Deep guided journey meditation with me, Ariel Kiley. I'm so happy you all are here. I am so excited that I get to lead you on this journey and that we're all going to be on journeys together. It looks like at least 20, maybe 25 of you are here, and there's something about doing it together, even though we're stationed all around the world in different places. The fact that we all joined here on this call, on this video, to each take our own journey together simultaneously, it just does something. It magnifies the power of it. So I am honored and delighted to have you. And I actually woke up at 1:45 this morning. I'm out here in California in the desert, and I usually wake up about 4 a.m. Today, I woke up at 1:45 a.m. and I was thinking about this journey when I woke up, and I was just feeling like, I want to stay up. I want to stay up and just be with that nighttime and ease into the day and ease into leading this. So I've been up for a while. Um, what you need is a very comfortable place to sit, or if sitting is uncomfortable for you, please go ahead and lie down. As long as, well, I was going to say as long as you don't fall asleep, but you might fall asleep. If you really need sleep, you might fall asleep. Or if you're not used to meditation or like conscious relaxation, where for some of us, we've only learned to relax by checking out, your body might automatically think we're going to sleep. So if you do need to lie down, I suggest you do so with your knees bent and your feet flat on the ground. So just with your knees bent and that little extra muscular effort it takes to keep your knees like that and your feet on the ground, it should help keep you awake, okay? Another little caveat I want to give is this is a journey, and it's going to take you, we're really going to go on a journey into nature, into the nature within you, and it will be reflected in archetypal imagery like trees, rocks, mountains, and an animal guide that will show up for you. Whenever we journey within, we don't quite know what we're going to find. So it's possible you go within and you encounter something or an energy or a memory that feels intense and overwhelming to you. If that's the case and it feels like a little too much, feel free to open your eyes, pull out of the meditation, take a moment to shake it off, and come back in when you're ready. So you just decide how far in you want to go. Lately, when I've been working with people, the case has been that we're going along doing something seemingly simple, and then they just crack under the surface and there are tears, and there's something really rich but sometimes uncomfortable that comes up. I'm at a point in my practice where I love that. I'm like, oh, I just found a new chamber that I haven't been in a long, long time. But also I've been building my capacity to go to those places for a long time. So if that happens for you in this meditation, it feels like a little much, just pop out, shake it off, do like a football shimmy and then come back in when you're ready, okay? All right. So the idea here is that really all the answers you need are already within you. And so many of us have spent so much of our lives seeking answers outside ourselves. And I've come to believe through my own teaching and practice that when I attune to my own nature, so much information is revealed to me that I couldn't get asking my friends and mentors and parents and siblings. What I want for you today is for you to bring a question forward. Something going on in your life that feels challenging, that feels maybe uncomfortable, that's causing agitation in your body or your mind or both, that you feel stuck with. You're like, I don't know, I've been thinking my way around this thing and I haven't been able to think my way through. I've made all the lists, and the lists aren't leading me to an answer. Take some challenging situation and write it down. So right now you can take a couple moments to just tune in. Feel free to close your eyes and just ask yourself, what is the challenging thing that I would really love to focus on today in my journey within? And it'll probably pop up and be like, ooh, me. And shape that into a question. So if it's like, I am having a lot of trouble at my job, you could shape it into, how should I move forward in my job? If you're having a repeated issue in a relationship, how should I choose to communicate with so and so? If you're having a challenge in your body, what is there here to learn about this physical challenge that I can't see yet? Turn the problem into a question, an inquiry. And you can write it down and just set it to the side. And then look around your environment. So see where the walls are, see where the ceiling is, see where the floor is, see where the exits are. Visually orient yourself here in the present moment. And even brush your hands together a few times so you feel your own sense of touch, and then just brush your hands up and down, maybe your legs or your arms. Just touch your physical self. Feel yourself here and now. If you're having a tough day, give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing a good job, kid. And then wriggle into your seat, or if you're lying down, wriggle into your state of rest, but feel the way you're supported. So notice how gravity has got you. And as you're ready, if you're comfortable doing so, gently close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, feel how your sense of touch might feel heightened. Notice the touch of clothing on your skin, of hair. You might even be able to feel your chapstick. And gently return your attention to your question. You don't even need to look at it, you know it. And feel, as you think that question or think about that quandary, sense where you feel it in your physical body. Do you feel increased sensation in your belly or your face or your feet or your heart or your earlobes? Notice how that question affects you on a physiological level, the energy inside of you. And if possible, stay with that sensation, not pulling it closer, not pushing it away. Just notice how it sits in your body. And then also notice the quality of your breath. Breathe through the nose, please, unless your nose is stuffy. And inhale all the way down into your abdomen, so all the way to your belly. And exhale out the nose. Inhale all the way down to your belly. And exhale out the nose. And as you drop your breath deeper into your abdomen, lower down, imagine your consciousness, your waking consciousness, just dipping down and mingling and mixing and swirling with your unconscious life, your dream life, the world of symbols and archetypes, your nature. So as you continue to breathe back and forth, the veil between these two worlds becomes thinner. Continue to feel the pull of gravity, gently holding you where you are. And let your weight settle. As you continue to breathe through the nose, imagine that down beneath the surface of whatever you're on, right in front of you, there's a trap door. There's a trap door that leads into a tunnel. And in your imagination, slide from where you are through that trap door into this tunnel. Continue sliding down into the earth through the tunnel, sliding very naturally, very easily. And as you slide down, then you start to see a bit of light at the end of the tunnel. And the light becomes closer and brighter and closer and brighter, and you emerge into the most beautiful natural spot in nature. You emerge into a spot where you feel so comfortable, so at home in nature. And as you come up out of the ground, in your mind's eye, see where you are. See any vegetation, see the sky, feel the quality of air, feel the temperature, and feel yourself very safe and very at home here. And then, as you look around, one particular tree catches your eye. This tree stands out to you as looking especially wise. This tree feels almost conscious, so alive. Turn toward that tree and study it. Look at the trunk. Look at the root system. Look at the branches. See if it has leaves or perhaps pine needles. See if there's any fruit or any flowers in the tree. And feel this tree's goodwill toward you. Then, as you tune into the energy of this tree, allow your question to rise up through your body and ask this tree your question. See the tree then reach one of its branches towards you. Extending that branch, it offers you a little folded leaf of paper. You reach out, you take that leaf of paper, and on it is the tree's answer to your question. Unfold it and see what's on that paper. It might be words, it might be a symbol. It might take a few moments for it to materialize. If there has been some information presented on that paper, and you want to gently just half open your eyes and jot down what the tree shared on your piece of paper in real life, you're welcome to just gently make a couple notes. And as soon as you put it down, then you again close your eyes and return to this natural place. In your imagination, you tuck that tree's message into a pocket or put it somewhere safe. You and the tree acknowledge and bow to one another. And you gently step away and see a hillside. Walk toward the hillside that you see up ahead of you. Continue walking and stroll all the way up the side of the hill. When you get to the top of the hill, you come across a rock. It might be a tiny pebble or it might be a great boulder. See what rock appears on the top of this hill. And as you see that rock, study it. What color is it? What shape is it? Is it smooth or bumpy? Study this rock. And as you study it, feel how the presence of the rock affects your own energy inside you. How the presence of the rock changes you. Be fascinated with this rock. Now this rock has something to show you, but you've got to follow it. So suddenly this rock starts rolling. And it is rolling and it is rolling and it is rolling down the hill, and you are chasing after the rock. As the rock picks up momentum, you pick up momentum. Feel the strength and power in your legs as you continue on after this rock. This rock is bringing you to an animal guide that is looking forward to meeting you. Continue following the rock until you arrive at a new spot, the spot where you're destined to meet your animal guide. And as you arrive at that spot, come to stand still and notice movement coming toward you. Out emerges an animal that has a message for you. An animal that is looking forward to showing you something important about this challenge in your life. The animal comes before you and you make eye contact with one another. Look at its coat, look at its legs, its eyes, its mouth, its ears. See who's shown up to guide you. You and the animal greet each other, however feels natural. And then the animal indicates that you should follow it. It knows exactly what your question is, and it wants to take you to show you something you haven't yet seen, you haven't yet gleaned about how to approach this challenge. Follow the animal. Let the animal take you where it wants to take you and show you what it wants to show you. I'll give you a couple minutes to go on this journey with your animal. See if there are any last things your animal guide wants to be sure that you see. Then once again, make eye contact with this generous creature. And if there are any other ways you want to connect to say goodbye, if you want to hug or pet or anything that feels natural with this creature, make space for each of you to show your appreciation for the other. And then turn and look down and see another trap door in the ground. See it open, slide in, and slide all the way back through the center of the earth to emerge right back where you are here and now. And before you come out of the meditation, take a few moments to feel how you feel and recall the message delivered through whatever your animal guide showed you. And when I say now, you will emerge completely from the meditative state, be entirely conscious, and be able to wisely integrate whatever you learned on your journey into your manifest life as a human being. Wake up now. And if there's anything you want to take notes on, please feel free to take notes on your paper. And if any of you would like to ask any questions, you know what I think would be so fun? If you typed into the comments your animal guide, who showed up. Can we see what animals showed up? I did this meditation 2 weeks ago. Well, I did a different variation of one, and this gorgeous white stallion showed up. I was like, a slug is surely going to show up, but it turned out to be this amazing white stallion. Oh, snake, so good. Lion, tiger, hare, coyote, a deer with antlers. Oh, it was Simone. Frog, bear, doe. Oh, amazing. Do we have 2 does? Horse, gemsbok. What the hell is that? Fox. Oh, interesting, Kareth. Fox. What else we got? What other animals showed up? A whale. What? I gotta say, I'm a little jealous of the whale. A monkey, amazing. A Rottweiler snapping. Oh, there's some boss. Octopus, tiger. This is too fun. I can't even handle how fun this is. Where's my mom's? Mom, what did you get? Okay. So good. All right. So now I'm wondering, do any of you have a question or just a reflection that you'd like to share? Oh, I'm viewing Grace Kiley's screen. Why is that happening? Oh, I think I don't want to top other screens here. Do you want to continue? Continue. Put me back here. Desktop. I got a little lost. Hold on. Hold on. Stop share. Okay, I'm back. Oh, thank you, Tara. Turkey buzzard. Yeah, anybody want to I want to go up. I can't see. I think I made it so you can unmute yourself, but that might get a little chaotic. Will you just type in the chat box if you want to come on and ask any questions or share any reflections? It's really fun to hear each other's. Oh, of course. My mom just texted me. She got an egret. Egret has always been your spirit animal, Mom. Okay, Amy Watt.
Yo.
Hey. What's up, UK?
Oh, yeah, that was very intense.
What happened?
Well, my question was about how I can move forward when loved ones don't necessarily support me. And I had a snake that I'm pretty terrified of anyway, and have a few dreams about them, come to me like nightmare type dreams, take me to a desert, and basically it was night, like really sparkly nighttime, and just show that basically I'm alone on my quest, but it's a dazzling one.
That's so beautiful. How do you feel after going to that desert with a sparkly night?
Yeah, it was kind of overwhelming. A lot of breadth and expansion, but pretty terrifying at the same time.
So if you had an experience like this where it could have been a little shaky, a lot of times on these journeys, like something beautiful happens, but also something intense happens. Definitely when we get off this call, like do something comforting, like make yourself some tea, put on some fuzzy socks, and just give yourself some time to integrate. Can you do that, Amy?
Yeah, that sounds nice. I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to share or have any questions? You can also type a question in the chat box if you'd rather not come on. All right. Well, I suggest, oh, you have a comment. Kareth, come on, girl.
Okay, I think you can hear me.
Yep.
So I had very, very clear visuals, like places in nature, and that part came very seamlessly, but like there was nothing on the paper that the tree gave me. There was no, like, I never really like ended up with any answers from my animal guide. And I'm wondering what you would say about that, or if it needs to be like further explored, or how to take it a step deeper.
So I would say about that sometimes what you do when you do one of these deep meditations is you put the request down under the surface, but it's not always on the timing that we expect or want that the answer is received. So I would trust that the question is there, that you have visited these places. And an animal did show up. You said a fox, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That these some archetypal energies have shown up. How was the tree? Was the tree interesting?
The first tree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. I and in kind of a forest on like a mossy bank by a stream, and the tree was across the stream and with all of its roots exposed and kind of wrapped around the rocks of that bank. Yeah, so the tree, I had like a very, I had a connection with the tree, but didn't really receive anything from it.
Right. So if I would actually write down all your observations around these things and your associations with them, because it's really specific that the tree was on the other side of this river, that its roots were exposed and they were wrapped around. Like sometimes the message isn't overt, kind of like in a dream, but when you tell yourself the story back of what happened, then cues are revealed. So one thing you can do is tell yourself that story back. You could even like record it into your cell phone audio notes and listen back to it and be
That's a
like,
good idea.
what are those words and those images that came up? And see if you have any associations as you tell it back. Kind of like when you tell a friend a dream and you're like, wait, I didn't even see that until I hear it coming out of my mouth. You can do that. If you think it's fun, you can look up the symbolism of your animal. But sometimes I think just because something's the recorded symbolism, it doesn't mean it's the symbolism for you. So if that's interesting, you could look up the symbolism of the fox, or even, I think it's even more interesting to be like, look up the actual behavior. Like, what's the science on this fox? Like, when is it awake? When is it asleep? What is its behavior? How does it eat? What does it eat? What does it do with its time? Like, you can
Yeah.
research the animal to learn from it.
Well, don't foxes have a connection to like trickiness and like mischief? Maybe not. I don't know that much
They
about
do if you say they do.
it. Okay, I'll look into it.
Yeah, I think there's definitely cleverness, smartness. They also can like kind of sneak in and steal eggs. I think they can be a little mischievous. But I think most important is you writing down your associations.
Okay. Thank you.
Anastasia says, to add to Kareth, I haven't always had a spirit guide or a message when doing meditations like this. Yeah, you can't. Oh, Bob says, sly as a fox. Yeah, sometimes they don't communicate the way we expect them to, but I believe that just churning up and choosing to listen to your underworld means you're going to start to see and feel more things that relate to that intelligence. So report back, okay? Lisbeth asks, what is the significance of our animal? That's totally for you to uncover. So part of it is your personal relationship and associations with that animal. Part of it is our collective idea of that animal. But what I think is really interesting is how that animal meets the problem or quandary that you brought into the picture. Like, how does that animal's energy touch and mix with that? When I did this meditation, a similar meditation a couple of weeks ago at a ceremony, this white horse brought me up onto a cliff. And as you all know, I'm at a point in my life where I'm living in a camper trailer in the desert, and I don't know what I'm doing next. This whole mission is going into the unknown. I just knew I needed to spend the winter in the desert, and I needed to find big rocks to be with. So I'm in Southern California in the desert. And when I followed the spirit guide, this white horse, he basically just led me up to a vista and showed me, like, stand in the wind, and his mane was like waving in the wind, and just look out over the vista. It's like, take in the big picture. That's all he showed me. And that's what I walked away with. And I'm like, yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, stop getting so micro. Get up high, just keep taking in the big picture. Learn what an aerial view is. Okay. Any other questions or comments? She says, that's very cool. My coyote walked me up a mountain and led me to a den. Did it feed you? There are so many coyotes around here. There's like packs of them that cruise around. I heard them. Only with its kind yellow eyes. Sweet. God, they're such family-oriented animals. They really do cruise in packs. I like them. but they're tough. All righty. So thank you all so much for joining for this. It's been such a pleasure to have you. And you know where to find me online. And also reach out if you're interested in, I have my wealth realization course coming up starting in January. It's a combination of self-realization with learning real financial literacy. So keep that in your mind if you want to take control of your moolah. And in the meantime, stay in touch. Bye. Thanks, Jess. Thanks, David. Love you, Susan. Mwah.